You're about to walk through centuries. From the salty breeze of Barceloneta to the cool shadows of the Gothic Quarter. This isn't just a city stroll. It's a journey through soul, stone, silence, and the stories etched into every street. We'll pass through fishermen's parks, royal ports, narrow alleys, and hidden squares that remember everything. And we'll end beneath cathedral spires, where history stands taller than memory. Barcelona is waiting. Let's walk. Barceloneta Park offers rare breathing room, sunlit paths, rustling trees, and happy locals moving slowly beneath a wide blue sky. This park blends calm with history, a space reclaimed from the industrial past and softened by trees, benches, and sea-swept light. You'll often hear laughter here, children chasing pigeons, older men playing cards, and voices carrying gently on the ocean breeze. Every corner of this space feels lived in, from the footsteps on the path to the dogs napping in the shade. The locals treat this park like an open living room, a place to stretch, chat, nap, or simply watch the day unfold. Morning runners pass slowly by fishermen checking their gear, two rhythms of life crossing in the sun.
What if I was a veterinarian? So a veterinarian get like $20. Y hasta la rana. Madre mía.
La Maquinista's open square brings light into the tight streets, a breath of sky between buildings where neighbors pause and linger. You'll see small cafes tucked into corners, locals leaning against doorways, hands wrapped around strong coffee and slow conversation. Look up and you'll see laundry fluttering like banners, a daily rhythm played out against the backdrop of sea blue air. Barceloneta doesn't rush. It moves with tide and time, letting life stretch long and easy under the sun. These streets were drawn with purpose, long, narrow, and straight, channeling sea air and keeping neighbors close in every direction. The buildings may look small and tight, But inside are generations of family stories and quiet strength. Barceloneta's walls wear their age like armor. Sun-faded paint, hand-fixed corners, and decades of footsteps pressed into stone. You'll hear life everywhere. Voices bouncing between balconies, silverware clinking, radios humming in kitchens just out of view. The laundry isn't just practical, it's cultural, hung with pride, moving with the wind like flags of identity. Smells drift from everywhere. Tomato, olive oil, fried fish, garlic. Cooking here is an all-day conversation. Neighbors greet each other like family. A wave from a balcony, a shouted joke, a shared moment over coffee. You won't find tourist shops hidden here. This is daily life, raw and real, unfolding step by step. Even the quietest corners feel full. Every crack in the wall holds a story. Every tile has felt generations pass. Barceloneta was built to be strong and simple, and somehow that simplicity has become something beautiful. This isn't a place you just pass through. It stays with you, in the sound of footsteps, the warmth of windows, the salt in the air. And just beyond these tight corridors, the sea, waiting like it always has, just a few steps away.
Oh, that's not Defender. Try a martini.
Wait, that's Defender, like the what?
This wide promenade leads you straight toward the sea, lined with palm trees, open skies, and the rhythm of boats drifting in the harbor. You're walking where fishermen, traders, and travelers once moved with purpose, their voices replaced now by cafe chatter and camera shutters. Port Vell was once a busy industrial port. Now it's a place where locals pause and the city opens like a breath. The old and the new blend here, classic wooden boats beside gleaming yachts, stone docks beside modern glass towers. You'll see gulls circling overhead, their cries sharp against the low hum of passing sails and creaking ropes. The scent of salt and sunblock lingers in the air, a reminder that this is where Barcelona comes to slow down. Behind the shop fronts and restaurants, this harbor still holds centuries of stories, from pirates to poets, all shaped by tide and trade. This stretch was once where goods from across the world were unloaded. Spices, fabrics, whispers of other continents. The water reflects everything, sky, sail, and silhouette, like a moving mirror at the edge of the city. Even now, as the world modernizes, this part of the port still holds the feeling of a city looking outward.
Insomma, vabbè, per ora che mi dice Alessandro? Aquí creo más que... Ya, walking is doing something.
This museum turns brick and stone into a living memory, telling Catalonia's story from ancient roots to modern resilience. Inside, tools, maps, and photographs show how this land was built, not just with hands, but with heart. The building itself once stored port goods. Now it holds centuries of culture behind arched windows and sunlit galleries. Walk its halls and you'll find war, art, language, and pride, all arranged like a map of the Catalan soul. Even the rooftop speaks, with panoramic views that remind you Barcelona has always looked outward. This post office isn't just for stamps. It's a palace of correspondence, carved from stone and crowned with statues. The Gothic Quarter isn't just old. It's layered, shadowed, and built with memory stacked like stone upon stone beneath your feet. You don't walk the Gothic, you drift through it, guided by echoing footsteps and walls older than most countries. Even the air feels thicker here, like it's been breathing secrets for hundreds of years. Look around. Every arch, lantern, and iron gate is part of a story still unfolding. Time doesn't rush in these alleys. It lingers in door frames, clings to balconies, and hides in quiet windows. Some of these stones were laid by Romans, others by masons who carved under candlelight. All of them still hold the city's weight. The shadows here move differently, slower, softer, as if they've memorized every inch of the street. You won't hear silence here, just the hum of history whispered in bells, heels, and conversations carried by stone. This isn't a place for maps. It's a place for wandering, getting lost, and finding something you didn't know you needed. The balconies lean over you like they're listening, draped in flowers and old iron bent into graceful patterns. In every window and doorway, there's a flicker of the past, quiet, watching, still alive. You're walking through the city's oldest pulse, and somehow, it's still beating strong.
¿Dónde viven los ricos aquí en Barcelona?
Estaban en el convento también ellos.
Taking me the king to look at it.
is beautiful, right?
Some corners in the Gothic look untouched for centuries, as if time walked past them quietly and left everything exactly where it belonged. Shutters creak above you, doors lean slightly inward. The whole place feels like it's still mid-conversation with the past. The stonework here isn't decoration, it's endurance, chiseled by hands that never knew their names would echo through centuries. Pigeons own the squares. They've seen more lovers, poets, and protesters pass through than any history book could ever hold. Sometimes a single lamp on a narrow wall glows like a lighthouse for the soul, soft, steady, and strangely comforting. The ironwork on balconies bends like vines, strong, delicate, and shaped by patience you can't find in modern buildings. Look down. The street stones have been smoothed by more footsteps than your mind can measure. This quarter isn't just history. It's emotion turned into architecture, memory built into every uneven wall. In some places, silence is sacred. Here, silence is layered, with footsteps, wind, church bells, and that feeling something meaningful happened right here. Even modern shops tucked into old walls seem like guests. The architecture always takes the lead. People say the Gothic is a maze, but it's not. It's a memory you're meant to walk through, slowly, with reverence. This place asks nothing from you, only that you pay attention. The reward? Something ancient that stays with you after you leave. The longer you stay, the quieter your thoughts get, like the stones are teaching you how to listen. This square feels official, but it's far from cold. Stone facades, proud flags, and the hum of everyday life passing through government walls. On one side stands the city hall, silent and grand. On the other, the old palace of the Catalan government. History facing history. You'll see weddings, protests, and quiet mornings all unfold here. This isn't just administration, it's civic soul. The architecture is precise, but the energy is human. Handshakes, footsteps, conversations bouncing across stone like a public heartbeat. This plaza has seen empires, elections, and ordinary days, and it holds them all with quiet dignity.
by all means, yeah. So, show going places. What was mine?
Sí. Listo, no. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien?
Bien, sí.
Otro barco.
Plaça Reial feels like a postcard. Palm trees, arcades, and lanterns designed by young Antoni Gaudí. By day, it's peaceful and warm. By night, it transforms into one of the city's liveliest gathering spots. The square is lined with restaurants and terraces, where locals and travelers alike sip slowly and watch the world pass. Look closely at the architecture: neoclassical arches, golden light, and symmetry that gives the square a calm elegance. Even the shadows here feel soft, as if the square is always in conversation with the sun above it.
Muy mucho.
Ma non che ogni negozio.
Igual.
Vámonos, y nosotros no cogemos.
Plaça del Pi is named after a single pine tree, quiet, simple, and surrounded by the gentle hum of life in motion. The Church of Santa Maria del Pi anchors the square, tall, serene, and always watching with stained glass eyes. Around this square, painters and musicians fill the air, not performing, but adding to the rhythm of the place. The scent of wax and old wood sometimes drifts from the church doors, the kind of smell that feels like memory. You'll find craft stalls tucked into corners, candles, sketches, and handmade goods resting in quiet shadow. These narrow streets twist like a thought you don't want to let go, curving, pausing, always leading somewhere unexpected. The walls here are closer together, like they're leaning in to tell secrets passed down over centuries. Patches of light spill in through cracks, bouncing off stone, catching on shutters and making the quiet feel golden. Even when the streets are empty, they feel full of presence, of history, of something just beyond reach. In these tight corridors, your steps slow down without you noticing, the city asking you to listen a little more closely. These streets were once home to one of Europe's oldest Jewish communities, narrow, sacred, and filled with quiet resilience. El Call hides behind the city's noise, a place of study, tradition, and silence that speaks louder than stone. You'll notice how tight the streets are here, built for shadows and closeness, protection in both architecture and spirit. The few traces that remain, carved Hebrew letters, a Star of David, feel heavier than any monument. In El Call, time feels respectful, not frozen but slowed, like the city is still remembering those who lived, learned, and prayed here.
Paralizada en el tiempo.
Sí.
This quiet square feels hidden, like it's holding its breath, a pocket of stillness in the city's beating heart. The pockmarked walls of the church bear scars from a bombing during the Spanish Civil War. They've never been repaired. Here, children play where tragedy once struck, life returning to a space shaped by both sorrow and grace. The silence here feels sacred, not empty, but full of memory, shaped by time and echo. San Felipe Neri doesn't announce itself. It waits to be found, and once found, it's never forgotten. The Gothic Cathedral towers with quiet pride, not screaming for attention, just standing firm like it's been watching the city for centuries. Construction started in the 13th century and finished in the 20th. Even the stones took coffee breaks. Inside, chapels glow with candles, saints, and silence. A pause from the city's chaos, wrapped in gold and old breath. The rooftop offers views that rival any postcard. If you make it up there, take a second, and then take a photo. The cloister houses 13 white geese, one for each year of Saint Eulalia's life before she became a martyr. Even if you've seen cathedrals before, this one humbles you. It doesn't show off. It just owns the space like it always has. We've reached the end, but Barcelona never really stops. Even when the streets go quiet, the stones still whisper. From the light of the port, to the hush of hidden chapels, to the towering silence of the cathedral. You've walked a living memory. Thanks for coming along. Until the next walk, stay grounded, stay curious, and always listen to what the city is saying.